Welcome back to the channel, man. Today I want to do a little bit of work on the appearance of the Blazer. Look, I know we've been lacking a lot lately on automotive content.
I'm sexy and I know it.
We are going to work a little bit on the Blazer. So a while back, I had used some of this linseed oil to rub all over the Blazer, and it brings the shine back and it just makes it look a lot nicer, you know, because the Blazer does have, to me, I personally think it's a pretty cool look. It's kind of like, it's hard to say it's a patina. I know like hardcore patina guys, you'd be like, that's not patina, asshole. But it's like a paint patina. It has a lot of really old weathered paint on it, in which honestly this has gotten a lot worse in the time that it has been parked out here in the sun. I do like the look of this. I don't think this looks terrible whenever I look at it. I know, of course, that's controversial. A lot of people don't really care for that kind of look. A lot of people like to see me put a bunch of time and money into the Blazer and make it look all fresh and clean with a nice paint job. But I personally like the way that it looks now. I think it gives it a lot of character. We had used this linseed oil before to just kind of rub it on and give it a shiny look. The problem with this is it doesn't last forever, and it does leave it kind of like sticky. Oh, every couple of days or so, there'll be a layer of dust all over it that you have to wash off. Since being, you're constantly having to like rub off or wash off this layer of dust that sticks to it every couple of days, it doesn't last very long. So you're basically washing away the linseed oil as well. So I found a new product. Dun, dun. So as you guys know, I recently picked up a boat.
Girl, look at that body.
And in my search of ways to bring the finish back to the gel coat on the boat, I found that people use this. It's, for the most part, kind of like a brush-on clear coat, for lack of a better term. You know, whenever things look nice, whenever you get them wet, spray it down with a hose and get it wet, and it makes it look a lot nicer. But then whenever it dries, that nice look goes away. Both of these will make it look like you just rinsed it down with a hose, and it will keep that look. Just this is a little bit more permanent than this. This is gonna dry and hopefully not be sticky to where dust sticks to it, where this does. This will leave a sticky residue where dust will stick to it. So we're gonna give this a shot today, in which I actually bought this stuff for the boat. We're supposed to be using it on the boat, but I wanna use it on the Blazer and the boat. I might run out, so I'll have to order more, but anyhow, I figured why worry about making the boat all shiny right now whenever, you know, it's currently not even running. Dust and bird shit blasted off of it really quick. So what I'm gonna do is do some small areas. I want to see like a before and after, man. So I'm gonna do like a tape, like a hard line across the fender, you know what I mean? And then we'll do half of the fender, and then we can have like a line, and we see like a before and after. I've got myself a disposable cup, a disposable paintbrush, clean shop rag, and our can of Owatrol. Don't pay any mind to the tape. The label was coming off. I got this stuff off of Amazon. I think it was like 30 bucks. They did not have this available on Prime, so I had to wait like a week for it to get here. I guess the way that you apply this stuff is with a paintbrush. Oh, that's a little bit more watery than what I expected it to be, but oh, god damn there, buddy. That is shiny as all hell. Now, it's been on there for about 15 minutes. Instructions say to put it on nice and thick with a brush. Let it sit for about 15 minutes, and now we are gonna take a rag and just wipe it off. So I hope it's showing up on camera as well as it does in person, but it just makes everything look darker, and it gives it a little bit more of a shine than what it had previously. Now, just so you guys know, I don't want this thing to be like super high gloss. I'm just looking for it to have a little bit of a shine to it, you know what I'm saying? In which this stuff made a huge freaking difference. I am just interested to see how long it lasts in comparison to the linseed oil that we used before. This is like base coat right here, where it has like no clear coat on it. and this is where the clear coat is still on there, and it's just kind of deteriorated from the sun, and just the clear coat has came detached from the base coat in a lot of areas. And as you can see, there is a definite difference right there. It just makes it look a lot darker, and there's a shine. You can see the reflection of my finger. Hey, where over here you could still see a reflection of my finger. But you know what? You can see it a little bit better on this side. Anyhow, I think this makes enough of an improvement. I am going to go ahead and move forward with doing the whole entire thing. I do want to try one more before and after that I think is going to stand out very well on camera, and that is the tailgate, man. The tailgate is super dry. So I'm going to go ahead and do a tape line. All right, once again, I'm gonna let that sit for about 15 minutes and then we'll rub her out. So like I said, it's not like a super high gloss, but it definitely brings a shine back to the paint, because the paint is so dry and chalky, it just absorbs into it and brings a shine back, dude. I don't know how else really to put it into words. It gives it the same look that I would get from using the linseed oil, but this is supposed to be a little bit more permanent and dry to not be as sticky as the linseed, and I really liked the way the blazer looked whenever I used to coat it in linseed oil. It gave it a much better presence. It's such a subtle difference, but to me, it's huge, man. Like seeing it sitting there all linseed oil down, like it looked amazing. Just, it didn't last long and dust stuck to it. So this, I am really looking forward to getting this complete, and I'll let you guys know if it does dry to not be sticky, and hopefully the dust don't stick to it, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, I got a lot of work ahead of me to coat this entire damn thing. Should probably only take me about an hour, I would say. I'm really excited to see the difference that's going to make on a lot of this, because like I said, this thing's really dry and chalky, and it's done nothing but get worse over the course of the last few months sitting out there in front of the damn house. Alright, so this problem child, one of many problem children that I have. Hey, don't you mess with me. Alright, so I'm sure a lot of you guys probably have the same opinion that I have. You know, you see all these people around here with their brand new cars, you know, driving the little Scat Packs and the SS Camaros, and even like stuff that isn't like that. Just like the Nissan Altimas and stuff, you know, the newer cars. And you're like, I didn't give a shit less about those newer cars. You know, you're so detached, man, with all the electric steering and drive-by-wire and all that stuff, you know? What's up? And a magnetic suspension. Anyhow, and you have that opinion, like, I'm gonna drive my shit boxes for the rest of my life, you know? Sometimes I think to myself how it would be really nice to have a newer, more reliable, dependable, you know, vehicle, and like for a daily driver, because, you know, even whenever you have 15 freaking cars like I do, it seems like it's a constant battle to keep even one or two of them running. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, but truthfully, I can care less to have a car payment, bro. I know the majority of the people driving around in these brand new cars that like to fake the funk like they rich or something, they all are paying like $800 a month because of their car bill and the fact you have to carry full coverage insurance, in which insurance freaking rapes you. So yeah, dude, I'd much rather not do that. I'd much rather drive my old 90s shitbox vehicles, you know what I'm saying? But with that, you're just gonna constantly be fixing shit. So literally had the engine just about fall out of this bitch the other day. Dun dun, photo shoot. Bow, 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 bow. Hang on a second, what the hell's wrong there? How does this happen? You know? How does this happen?
Did you guys walk under a ladder today?
Nobody walked under a ladder today.
I know what it was.
What was it?
Karma.
Karma?
Yep. From the man upstairs in my comment earlier.
Oh shit. Well, as usual, Suburban to the rescue. Yeah, so we're driving in downtown Glendale. We were on our way to Pratt's to go and buy a bunch of worms for the Bearded Dragons, you know. And just all of a sudden, I hit a pothole, bro. And it was like, I'm just like, what the hell is happening, you know? And yeah, the engine mount broke on this, which huge shout out to Braven. He actually fixed this for me while I was, what was I doing? I think I was working on the boat, you know, and trying to get that done. And it was just one of those things I didn't necessarily have time to do quite yet, but I would have gotten to it eventually. But then Braven went out there and started working on it himself, mostly because the Integra was on the trailer and it was blocking the back gate, and Braven needed to get his car in the back gate. So it was to help himself, you know, he is helping me to help himself. Like most cases, whenever it is I actually get Braven to help me with something, he has some kind of, you know, gain out of it. Anyhow, so what had happened is this mount right here, it snapped. And I don't know, like, how that happened, but the mount snapped. And the whole engine fell to where the oil pan was probably an inch off of the ground. And luckily, we were able to pull into a parking lot, but it completely ripped both axles apart. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So Braven jacked it up, and he went and got the new mount for it and went and warrantied out the axles and put the new axles in, and bam, we are good to go. But when pulling the axles out back, it dropped a lot of transmission fluid, so it currently is very low on transmission fluid. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drain what's left in there out, because I was needing to flush it anyhow. So I'm gonna drain what's left in there out and fill it up with new transmission fluid. And then I also have a damn power steering belt that I still need to put on. So jacked it up and got this thing draining. I like to set it down and lift the opposite side up so that it'll drain as much of that old fluid out as possible. Got a little drip left. I'm gonna jack it up on the opposite end a little higher, see if we can get some more of that out of there. Alright, so the Suburban sounds like shit. Man, this thing is way too loud. It's obnoxious. Now, don't get me wrong. Whenever we install the long tube headers, I like the... I don't know how to put it. It's not the tone, because the tone is just ear-piercing and loud. It's the volume of it needs to come down for sure. But since we put the long tubes, it has this like to it that is attractive. It's an attractive sound. It's just... long story short, I think it's gonna sound a lot better with a muffler. That's what we got right here. So this muffler came to us from Fackler. As you guys know, Fackler just loves sending us freaking exhaust stuff. So this is a 2 in and 1 out, or a 1 in and 2 out. So this is 3 inch on both sides. 3 inch, 3 inch, 3 inch, and luckily for us, the Y pipe that's on the headers that comes into a Y and it goes into 1, that's 3 inch. Then the existing exhaust, dual exhaust that I still have down there, it's just not connected, that's also 3 inch. Fackler did not send this for me. He sent it for Braven for the Yukon, but the Yukon's no longer with us, so. Dun dun dun! Now this is mine, mother trucker. Move, bitch! So I went by the good old Lotto Zone and I grabbed myself 3 18-inch pieces of 3-inch piping. These are this side is 3-inch inside diameter and this side is 3-inch outside diameter. And this muffler, all 3 outputs on it, they're all 3-inch inside diameter. So therefore, you're capable of doing this. You can slide 3-inch pipe inside of it, just like that, which is going to make it a lot easier to weld so that we don't have to like just butt pipes up together and try not to blow holes in it. But anyhow, I grabbed 3 of these so that I have some piping to play with here. Some pipe to play with. Bang, bang. So, yeah, I have some extensions in case we need it, you know what I'm saying? So, one of my problems is the fact that this crossover pipe right here sits like just about almost against my transmission pan. Like, it's not touching, as you can see. There's a little bit of a gap. But I think what's happening, actually, I'm pretty confident that this is what's happening, is this is getting really hot, and it's getting that nearby metal right there really hot, and it's boiling my transmission fluid inside of there, and which is causing the fluid to overflow out of the vent, and it was running all over the exhaust. That's the problem that we had whenever we drove down to Lake Havasu, and it was actually causing a fire. What I really should be doing is probably altering this in some kind of way to open this gap up, but I don't have the means of doing that at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is try to put a band-aid on it. Alright, so I was gonna pull this off and do this up on the workbench so it's a little bit easier, but these clamps have where these like I don't know what you'd call them other than flanges, but these clamps have bent these flanges down really tight, dude, to where this piping it's really tight, you know? And if I'm being honest, I kind of like that. Less likely for it to have exhaust leaks, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to pull this apart, because in order to get it put back together, I'm probably going to have to bend these out, and then it's probably not going to ever be nearly as tight as it is right freaking now. So, bam, bam, bam. So, what I'm going to do to fix our problem for now, no, not a band-aid, header wrap. I have some extra exhaust wrap, header wrap laying around. So what I'm going to do is just wrap that area right there to hopefully keep some of the heat out of the transmission. And I grabbed some big ass freaking hose clamps so I can hose clamp it to where hopefully it's not going to end up falling down in a couple of weeks. Luckily this ain't a low rider, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be dragging it on those speed bumps. right, not the prettiest thing in the world, but I guarantee it's gonna help a little bit. And I kind of stacked up on hose clamps over here. This side, I oh, spiders just literally jumped on my face. Hey, baby. So this side I was able to get underneath the actual clamp for the pipe. So I know that's not going to go anywhere. This side I kind of wrapped it as far as I could, and then I wrapped it back. So the end is right here. And I wrapped it as tight as I could. No, I didn't get it wet. Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I put 3 hose clamps on it. It's nice and tight. Hopefully it stays. This is, I'm going to say it's temporary, but you know what? Sometimes temporary things become permanent. You know what I'm saying? If it works, it works. Wow. Okay. Oh, yep, there it goes. Yep. All right, so I got this all mocked up underneath here. So I've got a straight pipe. Don't mind the freaking mud, bro. Lola, the big dog, the pit bull, she got all muddy over there in the yard. There's a water spot over there in the yard, and she's literally rolling in the mud because how hot it was out here earlier. And she was up underneath the damn Suburban laying here. So anyhow, yeah, I got this all mocked up. I have a straight going on to the Y pipe, and then into another straight, and it crosses over into the muffler right here. And then as you can see, I found a little section of pipe in the back that actually had an O2 bung already welded on it, and that worked out perfectly because there's actually an O2 that's got to go right here. And then yeah, both the dual pipes now are plugged into the muffler. Yeah, everything is on down here. I just have to do the pain in the ass task now of welding it all up. This should be interesting. Dun dun dun. Moment of truth. Let's see how quiet this sumbitch is. What you think, dog? Sounds a lot better, huh?
It really does. You can actually hear yourself think next to it.
Yeah, no kidding. Catch. Well, I mean, there's not really much to hear. It's literally quiet as shit. And this is just, this is with a freaking pass-through muffler. Like, you can literally see right through that muffler. And there's no cats, no nothing. And this thing is quiet as shit.
There's no
Just stick the
sound.
camera out the window, you're just gonna get. You know how these things are. They gotta like kind of wear in.
Yeah.
They get packed in. The little baffles gets all that black muck shit all built up inside of it, and then they don't muffle as well. So it'll probably get a little bit louder, but right now it's freaking quiet as hell.
Smells like you got a new muffler.
Yeah, you can smell it. I can actually hear the clutch fan now.
The one that you said wasn't working?
Yeah, I was like, I can't hear it. What the hell? I'm digging it though. Hopefully the exhaust fumes will stop coming inside.
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem. That's what I hated the most about it, was the exhaust fumes. It was just filling the inside of the truck up.
You know what time it is, right?
What time?
Fishing.
Fishing time?
Yeah.
Time for me to take a nap.
No.
It's bedtime.
No.
Bedtime, woman. All right, my dudes, that's pretty much it. I'm just getting caught up on all the crap that I gotta do to all my shit boxes around here. Braven's gonna have a video up for you guys here pretty soon. Like I mentioned earlier, the Yukon is no longer around. That's the reason why I stole that muffler from him. But yeah. Sneak peek. What the? Later there, Rughead.
Anyway, guys.
What the hell is that? It's not a Rughead. Whatever, bro.